Good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Pooja, and today I am here in front of you to discuss what all questions in biochemistry were asked in your FMGE exam, which was conducted day before yesterday. So through some reliable sources of mine, I could gather some of the questions which I will be discussing in front of you. And I hope to get more questions. And if you people, this is just a very small effort from my side. Just go through my video, and if you come to know other questions, then please let me know so that again I can make up a video on that. So let's discuss the biochemistry portion of the FMGE exam. Let's see. Question number 1. A patient has swelling in MCP joints and serum uric acid levels were found to be raised. So doctor will prescribe medicine against which enzyme? This question I have already discussed so many times. Here it is clear that when the serum uric acid levels were raised, so doctor is going to obviously prescribe medicine against the enzyme xanthine oxidase. Because you know that uric acid is a product of degradation of purines. Isn't it? You can say AMP, IMP, and GMP. They degrade to form hypoxanthine, which forms xanthine, and in the end, uric acid is produced. And the enzyme here is xanthine oxidase. Here also it is xanthine oxidase. A very good example of this is allopurinol, which is a competitive inhibitor of enzyme xanthine oxidase. So whenever there is elevated concentration of uric acid, this is given. So it blocks the activity of this. So the concentration of uric acid comes back to normal. And if we talk about the rest of the enzymes, this thymidylate synthase enzyme is the one which is required for the synthesis of thymine, which is the base present in DNA, from uracil, which is the base present in RNA. And folic acid is required for this reaction. So all the anti-cancerous drugs are folate inhibitors. If we talk about adenosine deaminase, ADA, this is an enzyme which converts AMP to inosine monophosphate. And deficiency of this enzyme leads to SCID, severe combined immunodeficiency syndrome. And HGPRT is simple hypoxanthine guanine phosphoribosyl transferase, the enzyme of salvage pathway. So this question is simple. The answer would be xanthine oxidase. Moving on to the second question. Alcoholic patient with neurological symptoms. There is deficiency of which vitamin? Neurological manifestations. Clear? Vitamin B1. Because you know thymine, the active form of thymine is TPP. And this is a coenzyme for pyruvate dehydrogenase complex, which is required for the conversion of pyruvic acid to acetyl coenzyme A. This reaction is irreversible. Right? And TPP is required. And that is why if there is deficiency of this, this is a very important enzyme. If this enzyme is absent, it leads to beriberi. So the answer is B1 or thymine or TPP. Then macrocytic anemia case with normal methylmalonic with level of homocysteine diagnosis. Now here you see, here you must be confused between B9 and B12. But always remember here they are talking about macrocytic anemia, no doubt, large sized. But the methylmalonic acid is normal, so is the level of homocysteine. When both are normal, B12 option is waived off. So the only option left over is B9. So this will be the answer. Again, a very simple question. And somewhat parallel to this, again, a question was there, a female patient with macrocytic anemia, homocystinuria, and normal methyl malonate levels. Which vitamin therapy can help in this? Now here you can say that macrocytic anemia is there and homocystinuria is also there, but normal methyl malonate levels are there. So which vitamin therapy will be there? Obviously it will be folate. Again, it is very simple. Then this was an image-based question. The infant is suffering from which abnormality in the picture? Here you can see it is actually oil drop cataract or it is bilateral cataract, which is due to the deficiency of or the infant suffering from galactosemia. And the enzyme deficient is galactose 1-phosphate uridyl transferase. Again, a very simple question. Because starting say you people knew it ki mainly clinical based questions or image based questions will be asked. And this time also very simple questions have been asked, even though they are image based. Then a very simple question, a very frequently asked question, in fact, in all the exams, enzyme deficient in von Gierke's disease. Obviously, glucose 6-phosphatase. And there are 3 hallmarks of this. Hyperuricemia, hypertriglyceridemia, and hypoglycemia. The most common disease, von Gierke's. Then enzyme deficient in MSUD. Now all of you know MSUD is a disorder of branch chain amino acids. I just got 2 options. So, and the answer is simple, branch chain keto acid dehydrogenase. And always remember, branch chain amino acids are, the mnemonic is LIV. Leucine, isoleucine, valine. Right? You know, leucine is potent ketogenic. Right? Isoleucine is glucogenic, and isoleucine is glucogenic and ketogenic, and valine is glucogenic. And then maple syrup urine disease. In this, the urine gives the smell of burnt sugar. If we talk about second enzyme leads to isovaleric acidemia. So the answer here is A. Always remember it is BCAD. BCAD caused due to BCAA, and the disorder is MSUD. Moving on to the next question. The cofactor for glutathione peroxidase. A very important question, and all of you should know it is selenium. Glutathione peroxidase is required to maintain the integrity of the cell membrane of RBCs. And the selenium being a trace mineral, then also it is a cofactor for this. So the answer is A. Then there was one image-based question, that marasmus. So always remember, the picture was given of an infant and you had to tell ki this is due to what. So both kwashiorkor and marasmus are protein calorie malnutrition disorders. And the basic difference between them is, as you can see, regarding the belly. It has a protruded belly. So in kwashiorkor, we say edema is present, but in marasmus, edema is absent. And you can see the rib cage also, it is so prominent. And that is what was given. So marasmus, if an infant is suffering from marasmus, then you can see the rib cage is there and no edema is seen. And obviously both are protein calorie malnutrition, and it is common in infants under 1 year of age. Right? So this was again one question which was asked. Then next, again, a very important question which have been asked in the in so many previous exams also. A 7-year-old boy with compulsive self-mutilation, intellectual disability, and he is always strapped to bed, serum uric acid is elevated. What is the enzyme deficiency? Always remember, whenever it is self-mutilation, intellectual disability, it is none other than HGPRT enzyme. Hypoxanthine guanine phosphoriboside transferase. It is most common it is in fact present in males, and that is what is written here also. A boy, 7-year boy with compulsive self-mutilation, because the boy which is suffering from this disorder has a tendency to eat his fingers and toes. So this is again a very important image-based question. Then Wilson's disease is caused by mutation in the ATP7B gene. And this gene provides instructions for making a protein called copper transporting ATPase2, which plays a very important role in the transport of copper from the liver to other parts of the body. So these were some of the questions which I could gather. And I have brought them in front of you. So if you guys like my channel, subscribe to it. And if you guys have any problem, you can always put in other questions also in the inbox. Because since you people have given the exam, so there must be so many, students seeing my video also. So if you come across other questions, don't hesitate to put them in my inbox, and definitely I'm going to reply to those questions. So those students who will be able to make up this year of this FFG exam, brilliant. And I hope your exam went off pretty well. And those students who would not be able to make up this year, don't lose hope. There is always another day. So you can prepare accordingly. But this time, personally, what I feel is biochemistry questions were very simple. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening to my video.